Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today I'm super excited to be with you because it is week 5 of the NFL season, which means that we are almost to week 6, 7, 8, it just goes on and on. But as it goes on and on, more sports are starting to happen. The MLB playoffs are on. The NBA will start to be on. Hockey is now back. So just so many sports, great time of year where everyone should be watching football. But I did get this new shirt today, ladies and gentlemen. Before I keep going, it is Indiana Fever. I want to say congratulations to them as they almost made it to the WNBA Finals. They were one game short. Fell in the semifinals, but that's okay. They fell to the Las Vegas Aces, who might go on and win the WNBA championship this year. So good luck to them. Yes, we didn't have Caitlin Clark, which just tells us how good we are with her, and we also are without her. But we wish the Indiana Fever the best of luck next season. But going on to week 5, getting into our records as we always do, it's a little bit different than it has been in the past. The reason I say that is because the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football did tie, which now gives us a tie on every single, and I mean every single time, every single week, I will always have in our records one tie, which I think is the most ridiculous thing in the world. You're a winner or you're a loser. If you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. It's just how it is, guys. But Nick didn't do the greatest last week. He went 9-6-1. Like I said, that one is a tie, so it's 50-50 really. Beagle went 10-5-1, and then your winner Riley here at 11-4-1. So like I said, we've all had a bad week now. Now, what can we do going forward into week 5 and so on? We will get into that, but before we get into our picks, I did get Knicks, I did get Beagles. Let's just go over some NFL news. The first one I'm going to talk about is Xavier Howard retires 4 games into the season of 2025, and he was on Indianapolis Colts. Now, it doesn't matter what team he would have been on, I still would have had the same opinion. Should players be allowed to do this during the season? This is a 50-50 to me. When I first thought about it, I was like, no, they shouldn't. They should have to stick it out. But if they're not giving their all and going 100%, then no, they don't deserve to be playing. So that's ultimately where my decision leads is, yeah, go ahead and retire. Next man up mentality. You don't want to play. That's fine. We know you've got a track record, but let the new young and rookie start his track record. So that's how I feel about that. How do you guys feel about it? Now we'll get into the injuries that have been going on and what's also going in around the league with teams. Dillon Gabriel is named the starter for the Browns. He was originally their 3rd or 4th string QB behind Joe Burrow, Kenny Pickett, and then Shedeur Sanders, and maybe him. They were 3rd or 4th. But now you've got Joe Flacco sitting. You've got Dillon Gabriel, who played for the Oregon Ducks, now starting for the Browns. Where do the Browns go from here? Do they give him 2-3 games to get good? Do they just give him one? If he does good, do they trade him? What exactly happens with Dillon Gabriel in the QB room for the Browns? We'll find out come this Sunday. Next, we have Lamar Jackson is out this week with a hamstring injury. We don't know how long he will be out with this hamstring injury. It could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks. That is 2 or 3 games. They are 1-4 right now, which is one of the worst records. Not the worst, because there are some teams who have won a game. But 1-4 is the next worst record. And I don't know what Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going to do until he comes back. Can they stay healthy enough with their other players to start winning games, to put themselves in a chance come the playoff? And it could be a wild card. Who knows? But then our big news from the week is Malik Nabers and Tyreek Hill are both out for the year. 2 star wide receivers who Malik Nabers is making a name for himself. Tyreek already has. Nabers goes down with a torn ACL, and Tyreek Hill goes down with maybe potentially a torn ACL, but a dislocated knee, wrapped all the way around. Looked gruesome when I saw it. He's also out for the year. So just sad to see, 2 wide receivers out for the year. You knew that when it came to fantasy, players were going to get injured. And it just comes down to who does get injured and did you draft them or not. So we'll just see what happens. Luckily, I've not drafted any players that haven't got injured. Knock on wood, the whole team's about to get injured, so here we go. But hopefully it doesn't happen. You pray the injuries don't happen. Or if they do, they come back in that 3 to 4 week, maybe that month range, depending on the time. If you need them closer in the season, maybe 2 weeks. But we want to see everybody out there, you know, having a fair shot, and you know, it being, you know, the best foot forward. So we will go ahead and get into the picks for Thursday night. It is the 49ers playing the Los Angeles Rams. Now, for the 49ers, every person on that team is dang near hurt, except for the quarterback, Mac Jones. I know he might be dealing with a little bit of a knee injury, but other than that, everyone who is starting is healthy. Christian McCaffrey is healthy, but all their star offensive players are out. With that being said, I think the Rams can get this dub on Thursday night. I think that they should be able to beat them pretty easily. Beagle thinks the Rams do win as well, and Nick here has also went the Rams. So we're all either going to start out 1-0 or 0-1. Your next pick is at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. Is the Minnesota Vikings playing the Cleveland Browns. Now, me personally here, happy for Dylan Gabriel, happy for the opportunity that he is about to get. Me personally, I see the Vikings winning this game only due to Carson Wentz having a veteran experience and what a team chemistry that the Vikings have already been making with J.J. McCarthy out. Beagle also thinks the same thing. So we're all over here either starting 2-0 or 0-2. Your next one, your next match that we have up is let me see here. The Cowboys versus the Jets. Now, on paper, you would pick the Cowboys every single time. And I think I'm going to pick the Cowboys here over the Jets anyways. Yes, Justin Fields been doing pretty good, but I do think the Cowboys get this done. Nick thinks so as well, and so does Beagle. Your next thing, you've got the Giants and the Saints. This one's pretty self-explanatory. The Saints are the worst team in the league. Any team going up against the Saints, I'm going to pick that other team. So I have the Giants winning. Nick has the Giants winning, and so does Beagle. Next, you've got the Colts at the Raiders. Now, the Colts should still be undefeated, but they are not. That is just one of the things that, you know, it really does suck when it happens, when teams beat themselves. Teams should not be beating themselves. And when I say that, it means you are the better team, but in order for you to lose, you had to beat yourself. And that's exactly what happened last week versus the Colts. But I think they will get the job done to beat the Raiders. So I've got them winning, Nick has them winning, and so does Beagle. Then your next matchup is the Dolphins versus the Panthers. Now, the Dolphins aren't looking too good now that they just lost Tyreek Hill. The Panthers are always still have been trying to find their identity. Oh, man. This is a coin flip, but I think the Panthers are going to get it done. You know, why not? You know, give Bryce Young, you know, something to root for. Give the Carolina fans something to root for. But we are all going the Panthers here. Ooh, this is your 1 o'clock game of the week. It is the Eagles versus the Broncos. Now, a lot of people have written off the Broncos sometimes, and a lot of people don't. It's weird, the conversation that you have about the AFC West. It really is. But I don't think they're going to get it done going into the enemy territory, going with the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a very hard place to play. The Eagles are cooking hot right now. I know A.J. Brown's kind of being silent a little bit, not getting as many targets as he wants. Maybe this game will change it. Something has to flip. But we're all three are going Eagles here. Caca. Is the Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we know the Baltimore Ravens are hurt. We know with the Texans, they haven't been off to the best start. But personally here, I think I'm going to have to go... I'm going to go Texans. I'm going to say the Texans turning around this game. I like C.J. Stroud. He needs a bounce back game. He needs to be playing pretty well. I know they did just beat the Tennessee Titans, but he needs to continue that momentum. So I'm going Texans, but Nick and Beagle are going the Ravens. Then you've got the Titans at the Cardinals. Well, this one's pretty self-explanatory. I think we're all going Cards here. When I look at our cards, we're all going the Cards. Then you have the Buccaneers and Seahawks. This will be a pretty good game. Seahawks are playing pretty well. So are the Buccaneers. Man, who do I want to pick here? Beagle and Nick are split. Nick is going to Seahawks. Beagle's going the Bucks. I'm going to go the Bucks here. I think the Bucks can get it done. I like Baker Mayfield. I've always been a fan of him. So let's go Bucks. Then you got the Lions and the Bengals. Not looking forward to this game tomorrow, as I know the Bengals are about to get slapped all around by the Lions. Nick thinks so, and so does Beagle. I don't want to talk about it. Then you got the Commanders and the Chargers. Jaden McDaniels is starting for the Commanders this weekend. So there's that to look out for. But it doesn't matter, Nick, he's going Chargers, and it doesn't matter to Beagle as he's going to Chargers. And I'm going to say the same, just as the Chargers have more team chemistry, and they're just clicking on all cylinders right now. Then, for Sunday night, you've got the Patriots and the Bills. Now, I think this one's going to be I think this one will be close in the first half. You might even take the Patriots first half money line. But I think the Bills are going to pull away. Nick thinks so, and so does Beagle. Wow. Then on Monday night at 8:15, you got the Chiefs and the Jaguars. If this couldn't be an easier game for the Chiefs, I mean, just give it to them on prime time. Now, I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is made of, but hopefully he made more than just his good looks and good hair. Because let's go Jaguars. I'll be rooting for you, but the Chiefs should probably win here. Well, that's it for Week 5, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for all following along. We will see who comes out on top of Week 5 entering Week 6. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.